Hey everybody, I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. It's my birthday weekend and I was able to stay in the whole weekend and just do art, and I can't think of a better way to celebrate my birthday. I'm not a party girl here, y'all, so it was very nice just to hang at the house and be able to just work on some things. I got some new journals ready for the shop, and we'll address that in another video. But one of the things that I've been wanting to toy with is playing with tea tags again. We drink a lot of tea, and I make like a tea base, and then we just drink that 2 or 3 days, and then I'll make another batch of base. And it works great for us. My guy likes sweet tea. I like tea that's not quite as sweet. So all I do is just put a little bit of water in mine, and that works just great. I wanted to show you just a few new things that I'm doing with tea tags. The first thing is that I've added some beads to basic tea tags. These tea tags I made with, I've been kind of into using bits and pieces of paper, and these were just some super tiny scraps that I had of painty paper, and I thought, it's just hard to throw them away, but so tiny, and I thought, well, let's try them on a tea bag, and they work just great. So I'll kind of show you how I put this one together. All you're doing is taking a tea bag, layering a tea tag, and just layering on some painty paper, and it worked just great. I even started a layer on the back of this one by just folding over paper that I had started on the top. And I'm just going to put this here. That looks pretty cool. Painty paper is one of those things that it's hard to throw it away, even when it's super teeny tiny. I've even cut it up into like super fine pieces and used it almost like confetti in a couple of art projects, and that's turned out kind of neat too. Now I've got that little place right there, but that's okay. I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue right there, and then I'm going to take one of these corners and clip this one off and just stick it right there. And that will look super cool. Okay, so there we go. A painty paper tea tag. These are nice to use as is. And I'm going to trim this up really quick. In a journal or a junk journal, because they move. So to me, they're interesting because they move. You can tie them onto something like this. Now for these, what I did was I made 2 and put some washi tape, a washi tape key on each of them. This one has a little star on it. That turned out really good. Now the backs at this point are plain, but you can see this is how it started. And then as I was putting the beads on it, I thought, now what am I going to do with this? How am I going to get that into a journal? And I thought, well, that would be kind of a cool element to just stick on a paper clip and hang from a page in a journal, a journal page, or hang even on the spine of a journal. Can you see that okay? And I like that idea. I thought it came out pretty good. So that's one kind of new-ish thing that you can do with tea tags. The other fun thing that I was doing was I was taking some washi tape and using that on the tea tags. And I'm kind of at a point where I'm sort of like this, I'm almost out of this washi tape. So I thought, well, I'll bring kind of my spare washi tapes that I'm almost out of, like these 2, and then combine them with some of my very fave washi tapes. This looks really cool. It kind of gives it, it's kind of a vintage-y kind of looking thing. Now that's one side, and then I'm going to turn it over and see if I can make something fit. That's not going to quite fit. I'm thinking the Rome thing might be better. Let's try Rome. Woo, Rome. And what I'm going to do here is just clip this off and just fold it over. And that way I've got kind of a pre-made layer. I love layering. And there we go. I made a little washi tape. I made a little T-tag stamp, and that looks pretty cool. Now I noticed that I do have like another little part of a stamp right here. I'm going to cut this out and put it on here as well. This says Paris. And because the washi tape has a translucency to it, it makes it look super neat. I'm going to trim it up. I'm just following the T-tag here. I got a little too much white right there, so I'm going to trim that off. And then we'll trim this and this. Now you can do whatever you want to with this. You can distress it. You can add to it. You can put some beads on it and, you know, create this kind of element for your journals. Just do whatever you want to with it. And it's a great way to use up some washi tape. I did this one as a distress element. This is a washi tape little bicycle here. What I used here was DMC, a label that came on some DMC wool that someone had given me. And that one turned out pretty good too. I think I can use this as a tab and not not use it on. What happened was the string pulled out of the T-tag when I was playing with this. So I thought, oh well, I'll just turn it into a tab, and this will be a really pretty tab to go on a page. I'm finished with this one. This is the one we were kind of working on, and I think what I'm going to do here is I can put a charm on this one. And I like the way that charms look on here. I'm always looking for uses for these super teeny tiny charms. And y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, those itty bitty teeny tiny things that you have trouble finding a real use for. But they're too cool to throw away. So let's find a use for them. I have a little bit of, this is Chester's Clear Parts Cement and Window Maker. It's something that I pilfered out of my boyfriend's long not used model box. He used to do a lot of model airplanes. He was incredible at it. Now he works on full-size model cars. But that looks kind of neat. That made just a sweet little element to use in a flow journal, junk journal, whatever you want to do. And you can finish up the edges with, you know, maybe some ink or an ink pad or something like that. The next thing that I figured out was how I could use some very small-ish sort of scraps, fabric that I've been using for the covers of my flow journals. And I'm really happy with this. I think that they turned out really cool. And again, for this one, I wanted to use that because I've got some gold in here. I wanted to use that little gold moon. So I'm going to go ahead and just poke him on here just like that. I'm going to show you how I did that. Super easy. I'm going to grab some glue. Sorry y'all, I turned my glue upside down and I forgot to put the top on it. So now I have a little glass of glue. So I'm trying to use that up. This is the part of the fabric that I've been using to cover the journals, the flow journals. But I also love this side, and I thought that would be nice to just put on one of these tea tags. You know, you can buy tagless tea and bagless tea and all kinds of things like that. And I think that's you know, I try to not make a whole lot of trash, and I think it's great when you can buy bagless or tagless tea, but honestly, I compost the tea bag after I'm done with it, and then I use the tea tags, and I also craft with the tea boxes. Buying a box of tea creates no trash for me. My neighbor, I contribute to his compost, and he brings me tomatoes and all kinds of herbs, and they have this, they're growing this pepper that is just crazy. It's called a gypsy pepper. It's kind of a little bit bigger than a banana pepper. Oh my goodness, they're so good. Now that turned out great. What a pretty, pretty color. And I think on this one, I've got a couple things I want to do. I think on this one, I'm going to put a little fairy. You can, I'll show you how I did one of these. I put the little fairy on here, kind of ran her through the string like this. So she's kind of strung in there. And I thought that was kind of cool. I might leave her like that. And then you just have to tie this. But it's really kind of tough, y'all, to tie this, because it's such a small length of string. Let's see if I can do it. A little help from my scissors here. But you can see how pretty that looks. This kind of tie-dye effect to it, which is super neat. Okay, I did get her tied on there. But for good measure, I'm going to put a little bit of glue there as well. She's such a precious little gypsy. I mean, little fairy. Gypsy fairy. Same thing. Alright. Now I hope she stays there. She might not. Might need a different kind of glue. And then I also thought with these colors were looking really pretty with the paper tassels that I had made. So I wanted to do something along that line again. And I think I've got one more tea bag to play with here. Tea tag. I keep saying tea bag. Sorry, y'all. I've had a long week. Okay. This one here. Remember, all you got to do is just fold it over. I'm probably going to have enough. This is another one of those things you can, I mean, you can collage it or whatever you want to do to it. Oh, I've got a piece of this. That would look pretty right there. There we go. That looks nice. Love this fabric. And I am running out of it. And when I get out of something, there is no more. There is no more. This is from a sweet little gift shop in Maine that is now closed. So there's not going to be any more of this. And I just finished a few journals using this fabric. Don't clip your string there, y'all. Oh, I just did it. I just did it. I told you not to, and I did it. Oh, it's all right. I'm going to drop some glue down in there. And I'll reattach my string. I think I'll reattach it like this. Can't believe believe I did that. Yes, I can. I can't believe I did that. How can I make that stay? Let's do a little bit of washi. Make that stay up there. Goodness me. I hope that works. It's not going to work, y'all. Okay. Take my word for it. Don't clip it off. Alright, let's choose. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. I got one right here. Alright. Now, don't clip your string off, y'all. This is my idea to use the tassel. So just take the little paper tassel and open it up at the top and drop it down over the string. And there we go. Kind of a little place to hang your tassel as well. And you can, of course, do some beading here. I think that's what I'm going to do with this, just do some beading. And then you've got a little tassel hanger. Little tassel hanger. Worked great. Alright, folks. Thanks a lot for joining me for this romp today on a Sunday. And I appreciate all of you who are stopping by the shop and buying my flow journals. I so much appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And it looks like I've got about 10 new journals. I worked very hard this weekend to get some new journals in my shop. So be looking for those over the next week. I appreciate you joining me. Thank you so much. And y'all have a fun week. Talk to you soon. Bye.